Hello everyone, Valerie here for Crafts from Our Hearts. Today I'm going to be making an Easter card with using a quilt block format. But before I begin, I just want to mention an app called My Pantry Tracker. It helps you track the food items that you have in your pantry. So many times I think I have a few at home when I'm grocery shopping and I actually don't have any, or I have 6 of something else. And it tracks expiration dates, and you just scan it using your phone. So if you want to check that out, it's a free app. However, if you want to use some of the additional features, there's a nominal annual fee. But check it out, see what you think. I like it. Okay, so today I'm going to be using this die, which I purchased from Amazon. It's a dotted quilted block, and this is what it looks like when you cut it out. And then I'm also going to be using this penny black Happy Easter die, which is right here, and it's a pretty back to it, isn't it? On this made in the USA. And so I have it here cut out, and I'll punch that out. I'm going to use the Cuttlebug Swiss dots, which I already ran through. And when you run it through, you put your card in like this, and then run it through your machine. Okay. And the paper I'm using today is from Doodlebug Design, and it's called Hippity Hop. And I'm using the 6x6 because I want to have a tight, small print to be able to put into like this, to be able to put into the blocks. Here's a little chicks, another one, and this little bunnies. They're small. Now I'll show you the difference. So let's look at the Hippity Hop page that they have cut aparts on. Let's see if I can find one. All right. Well, I made a card with it, and I'll show it to you after. But this is what it looks like in the 12 by 12. So you can see the big difference in size, okay? Here, I'll show it to you on this one card I made already. See the difference? So that's why you want to use a 6x6 and have the tighter fit into each of these quilt blocks. Okay. All right, so we'll get started. First thing I do is make my card base, and what I do is I use Staples cardstock, 110 pounds. Oh, it's heavy. And you can get 2 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 A2 cards out of 1 sheet of paper. Let's see, here we go. See that? All you have to do is cut it in half and then score it at 4 1/4, and you have your A2 card. All right, okay, so let's get started. I cut out a little piece of printer paper to put on the back of this, so that when we glue down the little squares, I'm not gluing it down on the bumps of the dotted squish because they won't stay down. Okay, so we'll get started. Let me first glue this backing on. Hope you're having a nice day. It's a little rainy here today. It's a Saturday, but at least it's warming up. We've had some very cold weather the end of this March. Let's see, I'm going to put a little bit here to hold it down. There we go. Put this on. You know what, I think I'll turn it over and put it on this way, so I can make sure it's covering all the squares. There we go. Now, so I cut out a number of pages to get all these squares, and I'm using them all. So let's see, I'm going to use the Elmer's glue because sometimes the liquid glue tends to bubble up a little. And I love this paper, especially the 6x6 with the small designs on it. It's colorful. Easter's a great time, isn't it? Spring is starting. It's a wonderful holiday. You don't have to be buying any presents. You just get together with family and have a beautiful Easter dinner and give thanks for everything that you have. Definitely a time of renewal. There we go. Okay. I'll be making these cards. Since I'm making these first, I'm going to send these out to family in, you know, in California and Florida. And then the next set of cards I make, I will use for neighbors because they're right here, and I can just put it in their mailbox if I want, if I don't want to send them through the mail. Sometimes I think it's kind of crazy, you know, mailing something, going to the post office, or having the postal person pick it up when they're right across the street or next door, you know. So sometimes I just go put it in their mailbox, but I also put something else with it, like a tea and candy pocket, which I did a video on also for Easter. And so I'll put the card and the tea and candy pocket together and drop it off to their house. Okay, there we are. This is went pretty quickly, didn't it? Okay, now I would also like to put a little bow right here. So I'm going to make my own bow, and out of one of the sheets from this paper, I'm going to use the Martha Stewart bow punch. And if you've watched my videos, I tend to use this punch quite a bit. I really like it. Okay, now this is what it'd be like this, but I'd like it a little raised, and so I'm going to put a piece of a little dimensional behind it, and I'm going to make it pretty small so that hopefully you can't see it. If you can, it's not the end of the world. Okay, let's see now. I'll put this here. There we go. Let's see, like this. Then I'll peel this off. And I'll put this right on top here. Let's see, I don't really want to see too much of the white. There we go. And now we have a layered bow like that. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll just glue that on. You can use a micro dot if you'd like. Or I can just use the glue. There we go. Oh. Okay, and here is the die cut for the Happy Easter. And I'll use this Spellbinders tool. I use this all the time for getting the die cuts out of the die, so that we have Easter there. And I used a matte gold foil paper. You can use shiny or matte. I happen to pick out the matte. There we go. Okay, so now I'm just going to put some glue on the back. Now I know you can use the sticky back papers, but I don't usually have very much luck with it as I'm pulling off the letters I tend to rip them, so just going to do this. It looks pretty already. Okay, so we'll start this sword now. Okay, isn't that pretty? The colors are beautiful. All right, now I'm going to put on just a little embellishment here, and I know they have sticky on the back, but I like to just add just a little bit more so it, it doesn't fall off when the person's looking at the card. Okay. Got one. And two. And then we have one more to go. And we have three. Okay. And now we'll attach this to the card like this. Get my double-sided tape gun. And in addition to that, I always like to put a little bit of glue around, especially the edges, just a little bit more to make sure it all stays on. Okay. And put it on here. And there we go. We have a very pretty Easter card. Now, I also went on Word and I just printed this, and it took a long time to line it up to try to get, I have a Canon printer which allows me to make the paper tray smaller, and so I can put it in. But it just took a long time and a lot of tries to get this placed right here. So don't get frustrated, just keep trying and you can do it. And I'll show you the other ones. Of course, this is the same one. And this is the one I showed you before with the hippity hoppity on the bottom. So, and then this is another one. So when I cut them out, I used the borders, not just the white border, for the quilting. So I thought that came out really pretty. And I hope you'll try this. You can use it for anything. I used it for Valentine's Day. You might want to see that video. You can use it at Thanksgiving time and have all different motifs for Thanksgiving. Okay, well listen, have a happy Easter, and best wishes to you and your family and your friends. Have a great day. Bye-bye.